Welcome back to Five Bloodline. I'm your host, Cash Money, and today we got the man himself, Brandon Raw Dog Royval, coming on, man. How you feeling, bro?
Heck yeah. Good, man. Yourself?
Good, man. Much love for you coming on today, man. Here joined by
Thanks
my
for having me.
co-host,
BEREADY303.
and hey, welcome on, Brandon. You're the first ever fighter on UFC, or the first ever fighter on Five Bloodline, man. How you doing?
I'm doing good, man. You guys?
Good. It's a
Good,
beautiful
good,
Sunday
good.
in
Hell yeah,
Denver,
we're doing
man.
good.
This is
Yes.
the official recap of UFC 326, featured by Brandon Royval and my co-host Be Ready. Man, did you watch that fight?
Yeah, I watched them.
So it is the BMF title, man, but I feel like we could have seen a little bit more from Holloway. But man, those are like my two favorites. I'm happy for Charles, happy for Max. At the end of the day, you know what I mean?
Yeah, that's how I feel. It's like my two favorite fighters of all time. Yeah, it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? And that's a Max Holloway. It is what it is. You know?
Yeah, it is what it is. That's his line. But
Yeah, I don't know. Like me personally, to be honest with you guys, like I expected from Oliveira just a little bit more stand up because we all know when he came into the UFC, he said he was just a jiu-jitsu guy, and then over time he said, I've really worked on my Muay Thai and stand up. He's like, I'm all around. I can stand up fight with anybody now. So I really expected to see that from him a little bit more, and he didn't do that. So I was kind of like sad a little bit about that. That he just like he held him down. He couldn't do nothing to Max Holloway. He just held him down. He couldn't submit him. Max Holloway had a great defense for submission, and I just think he should have like stood up with him a little bit. I think anybody expected that a little bit too.
Yeah, yeah. So when you go into a fight like the BMF title, it's like there's like a certain precedent I think that needs to be there. So it's like in any other fight, it's like you can't knock Charles Oliveira for doing that, but for the BMF title, you're like, is this the BMF thing to do right here? And I
Right.
guess that's kind of where things come into question of like, obviously I'm a huge Charles Oliveira enjoyer, and so is the rest of the world. That being said, is I feel like there's a precedent that needs to be set for the BMF title specifically of like, you can't just sit there and hold somebody. He's like he went there and got a submission right away, sure, but it's like sitting there and holding somebody's probably not the most BMF way to win a fight. That
yeah,
being said, is as an average UFC enjoyer and a huge fan and someone that does it is just like watching what he did to Max Holloway was really impressive. I was like, damn, I can't believe he did this. Nobody can get Max Holloway down.
right.
And here's another thing on top of that is I didn't realize how big of a size difference there was.
Yes.
Oliver
I
did
I,
look a
I'm,
little bit
I
bigger.
really want to know how much heavier Oliveira walks in there because
Yes.
he's looks huge compared to Max Holloway, bro.
Yeah, yeah, because like even like the height difference isn't that crazy, but the frame difference was wild.
Right,
Mm-hmm.
right. And I guarantee you that that Oliveira is walking in there a lot heavier than Max Holloway.
Yeah, yeah, you could see it. You could definitely see that on him of like, oh, that guy's big compared to
Bro,
Max Holloway.
he just picked him up and threw him down like he was nothing.
Yeah, and then just held him, controlled him, all the above. Like for an MMA
Yeah.
fighter, or like someone that's like I'm good at jujitsu. I'm like, damn, maybe I should start doing that a little bit more. That being said, is as a BMF fight, I was like, I don't know if that's,
Right,
I don't know if they're
right.
gonna keep having the BMF title go on.
See, I mean, I get it. I get it when they're fighting for like a title, like Hamza did
Yeah,
when he fought Drakus. Hamza secured his title when he fought Drakus. He didn't need to put himself out there and put himself in danger to lose the title, right? I get it in a situation like that, but BMF, I didn't like that too much personally, but
yeah, yeah,
Uh,
I agree.
I had a question for you, Brandon.
Yeah.
So if they were to make another BMF title for just not the 155-pound division, but if it were to go to flyweight, I believe that you should honestly fight for that BMF title in either a rematch with Brandon Moreno or a possible another contender in there. What do you think about that?
I mean, I always I shot that out there one time at just kind of like playing around. Uh, when I fought Brandon Moreno, the last time it was like a short notice,
Mm-hmm.
and I was like, I heard it was from the BMF title, like just making a joke, and I don't know, it would be cool. I mean, it'd be cool. That being said, is like I don't really put too much weight on any of that, like those fake belts. Really,
Yeah.
I think having it around's pretty cool. Like in the sense of like having Max Holloway with the belt around his waist always makes me happy.
Yeah.
That being said, is I feel like what just happened this weekend, I don't think they'll ever do it again. Like I really don't.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like
Yeah.
it kind of takes away from the BMFness of it, you know?
Yeah.
if I want to see a BMF title, I want to see you and Josh Van's fight.
Yeah. I was thinking the same
To be
thing. It's
honest
like
with
me and
you.
Joshua Van. There's a bunch of people that'll probably bang it out. But that being said, is I think Joshua Van's one of the few that'll just sit there in the pocket and just trade. You know, it's
Man,
like
yeah,
it has to be. And then like if I was fighting him in that fight, like it would have to be the same as before of like just standing in the pocket and trading compared to like having like because if I was gonna fight Joshua Van today, I would fight him very strategically and
Yeah.
very tactically compared
But
to the
but
first
usually
round.
I like the way you fight though, bro. I like you go out there and you put it out there, bro. Like those are the kind of fights that like I feel like that everybody wants to see. You know what I mean? And it doesn't matter at that point who wins or loses because those are the fights that are exciting to watch. You know what I mean? When people go out there and they fucking put it on the line, you know, and
Yeah,
they're
yeah.
banging.
Yeah, I agree and I disagree too, because in a sense too, like it affects me financially if I lose, so I gotta go out there and win.
Right.
And then also the numbers, the rankings, the sponsorships, all the above. So it's like I gotta go out there and win. I regret really going out there and banging with Joshua Van. But yeah, it did increase my likeness and like being a fan favorite. So that helps to
Yeah.
a certain
Well,
degree.
I think, and I understand that, with the money and with losing and stuff like that and sponsors and all that. I get all that, but at the same time, I feel like when you have fights like that, that you're always gonna stay in the UFC because, bro, you're always gonna be in the top, bro, and everybody. There's nobody ever that's gonna when you're fighting, bro, everybody's watching, bro. You know what I
yeah,
mean?
Yeah. No, I agree. Everybody knows I come to bank.
Yeah, hell yeah, yeah. And that's
well,
what we love this about you, bro. So
you're the
we're
main
like I
event,
said,
bro.
we're ourselves, we're huge fans of you, bro, and we always want to see you fight. We always want to see you win, bro. So when you lose, bro, we're like, I'm telling you, there's like 2 weeks downtime for us, bro. We're in the best
Yeah,
mood, bro.
yeah,
Two
bro.
weeks.
I appreciate the love, bro, and I appreciate you guys always supporting and coming to my events and all the above, dude. It's really cool.
Yeah,
Hell yeah,
man.
right on.
Love it, man.
Uh,
But
you guys recap the whole card or what?
not the whole card, but I do want to run down two more fights of Kyle Borralho and Rainier de Ritter. I know you actually met Kyle Borralho,
Yeah,
and
yeah,
yeah. So what
yeah.
you guys thought
He's
on
cool.
that?
I thought Kyle Brahalio the first round was the sickest version I've ever seen.
Right.
Hands down,
Mhm.
slick, just pop, 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 shoulder roll. Like I really like the way the fighting nerds fight. Like
Me
I
too.
really think it's just like the coolest like style of hands down, real loose with it, like barely like having a missed punches, but staying in the pocket so they could return. There were some really cool things, and I think Kyle Brahalio was super sick in that fight. The second round, he seemed like he took off. The third round, he stepped on the gas again, and yeah, it was cool. It was cool to see like his corner being like that was way too close, and then that third round he came out. He's like, all right, I'm fucking putting emphasis on this, and
Yeah,
yeah. So I thought he looked great.
yeah.
I have a question as a UFC fighter. When we're watching a fight like that, you know more than we would ever know. But like for example, like that first round, he was out and I was like, damn, I'm like he's gonna knock him out. I'm like I can't
Yeah.
wait for second round, right? You think it's something to do with maybe the gas tank, or you really think it has something to do with what he said that D Ritter was so long and hard to touch and all that stuff? Like what really was it about that he
Oh
kind of like because I thought he was gonna finish him, bro, for real.
Yeah, me too. Were you gonna say something, Cash?
no, no, no. I'm good.
So for me, I thought it has to be probably more gas tank than anything because I would disagree. I think he was hitting him pretty fucking great. Like that first round, I was like, damn, he's landing anything really, and
You heard those punches land, bro. They were snapping, bro.
yeah, he was having his way with it, and like even like a guy that like leans back, he was finding the body off of it. So it's like it's hard to hit guys like this, but then he was like snapping his body. I really I don't know what happened that second round, and like only he could really feel. And being in the cage, like I'll have my cornerman tell me a few things, but being in there, you feel something different. And it's like they're like, oh, that hook's open, but it's like I could feel in my head, I'm like, nah, the hook's not open, or he's looking for something, you know? It's like you can feel a little bit of different things compared to like uh what I guess the average fan is the fan sees or like the people see from the outside perspective. So it's like I'm sure he felt something a little different, but from an outsider's perspective, it looked like he was landing at will.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I just wanted to hear that from a professional fighter because I mean, I had an amateur fight before, and I tell you what,
Yeah.
I didn't even hear my coach. There was so
Mm,
much adrenaline going. I didn't hear my coach at all. He's like, I was
absolutely.
yelling at you, and I was like, I didn't hear you at all.
Yeah. Yeah, you could have said anything. You'd have been in my ear and I'm not hearing
Yeah.
shit.
Yeah. I didn't hear shit. There was so much adrenaline going. Like I didn't. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
that's what I was wanting to know.
Yeah, for sure.
I got one question, bro. So with Van being the champion right now, the flyweight division. I know they just announced this fight with one of I think you're actually friends with Tatsuro Taira, am I correct?
Yeah, yeah, I trained with him.
Yeah, Tatsuro. So do you think he will put up a good fight against Van and possibly win? Or how do you see that fight going?
I feel like it's gonna be like almost one way traffic, one way or another. It's like if Tatsuro Taira gets Joshua Van down, he's gonna be a nightmare for Joshua Van. That kid's
Right.
strong. He's got a really good ground game. He got a really good game that feeds into like where exactly where he wants to go. He's a good takedown artist of like everything kind of feeds to the back, and if he gets on your back, that kid's a nightmare to deal with. And if he can't get that fight to the ground, which I think Joshua Van has very good takedown defense, I think it would be a hard night for him. So I think it goes one of two ways. Is if he can get it to the ground, I think there's such a big size gap there, like or such a big gap there, and then vice versa is on the feet. There's a huge size gap there too. So it's kind of going to be interesting to see who can display their game compared to the other one, and I think Charles Oliveira said it in his interview of like being like, I can strike with Max Holloway, he can't grapple with me, and it's like I wonder like where the gap is of like between their striking and between their ground games. But I would say that there's a massive gap between both of theirs. Is like striking, like Joshua Van's striking's way better than Tataro's, and then I would say Tataro's ground game's way better than Joshua Van's,
Yeah.
and yeah, so I think it's gonna be one way traffic. If it's a round, one round's this way, one round's the other way. But I think one person's gonna have their way, and I'm kind of interested to see how the chips fall.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I'm excited for that one too.
Uh,
Yeah,
also thoughts like the UFC comes to Denver very little. I really want them to come here more because all of us live in the Denver area. It'd be a better chance for me to go to that arena. So, do you think if the UFC went back to Ball Arena, which they did a while ago with I believe Rose Namajunas was the main event,
hmm
would you be the? I think honestly, bro, you should be the main event if they were ever to come to Ball Arena. Like, what do you think about that?
I think there's a handful of people in the running. It's like me and Corey, I would say, are the main two.
Oh, for sure,
Yeah,
yeah.
I thought it was ridiculous. This is like I got an argument with the UFC about it too. I thought it was ridiculous that I wasn't the main event of that card. I was ranked number one. I was ranked number one for like 3 years in a row or 2 years in a row at that point.
Mhm.
And it's like, dude, you guys are coming to my city. I grew up right across the street from this place. I grew up a couple miles down the road. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, and you're gonna have Rose Namajunas, who I'll give all the respect to her and her flowers and all the above. That being said, is like, yo, I'm number one in the division. I've lived here. I've been here. I represent the city harder than any fucking Denver person there's ever been. So it's like I was really confused. Like, yeah, I got it on my cap right now. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah,
I
right.
represent Denver to the fullest, and you guys know.
Yeah,
But yeah, this is my community. This is the people I take care of. Vice versa, it's the city that I grew up in. So I was really upset when the UFC didn't offer me a fight on that card, and yeah, I thought that I should have been the main event.
right. And then like,
I agree.
do you get much love from the fans here in Denver when you're walking out? I know you're probably not out in public a whole lot, but do you get much
Yeah, yeah.
love from the fans and everything?
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I only really go to the grocery store and the gym, to be honest. But if I go to the mall or something, I'm taking pictures and all the above. And you know, yeah. So like I said, it's my city. It's my city. It's like these are my people. This is what I love. Obviously, I'm not an NBA player or anything of that like extent, but I get a lot of recognition.
Yeah, that's cool, man. I love that. My grandma actually met you at Costco one time, man. She said it was great meeting you. You're a great person. So yeah,
Like, yeah, that's awesome.
yeah.
Oh yeah, that's cool. Hey, one thing I also wanted to bring up real quick, Cody Brundage, just because I know doesn't he train out of Factory X, I believe, and
Yeah.
do you guys watch that fight? What do you guys think about that? Him representing Factory X like that, like I thought that
Cody
was
Brund. I don't train
performing.
at Factor X. Just let that be known. I don't train at Factor X. But Cody Brundage is my friend, and man, I just think that that kid's really like he's good, and he's. I wish he could show the world how good he is. It's like because he kind of like was even like pulling back. You could tell he's in his head, and I think they were saying it earlier. Earlier is just paralysis by analysis. It's like you could see he's sitting there and just thinking and thinking and thinking, and it's like anytime he let go is like he almost still won that fight. And you could tell
Yeah,
he
that
was in
was
his
a
head the
really
whole
close
entire
fight.
fight. Yeah, yeah, it was a really close fight, and you could tell he was just in his head the whole entire time. So it's like fighting such a tricky sport of like you could be really good, you can be one of the best in the world, and when it's time to get in the cage, it's really hard to figure out. It really
I
is.
mean,
And
he came in there on short notice too, didn't he?
yeah. And I would say like with Cody Brundage is just like I wish the world could see the version of Cody that we know, that I know, and it's like
Right.
because that guy is good. He's well rounded. He hits hard. He's all the above, and it's like he gets a lot
Right.
of
And then
heap and a lot of gripe and all the above, and a lot of like I don't know, a lot of trash going his way. But that being said, is like as a person that knows him, he's one just a great guy, but he's also just a great fighter, and he's really good, and he's able to compete with these guys, even though you could see it. And I don't know if you could see it in your perspective, but as like someone that knows him, I'm like, oh, he's in his head right now. He's thinking too much. He's
right,
over
right.
here analyzing way too much, and it's like if he could get out of his own head, that's a great fighter.
Yeah, I know, and see, I actually I picked him on that fight. Anyways, I wanted him to win because I've watched Cody Brundage for a long time, and I know, I know his name's Factory X, and Factory X always produced good fighters. That came to the UFC. They were always like these guys. They get it in there. They produce real
Yeah,
fighters, and so I wanted to see him win. I just didn't, like I said, I was like, what's going on? Because like, man, threw a few bangers at him, bro, and hit him so hard. Like I was like, bro, keep going. You're gonna knock this dude
That's
out.
exactly it. Just like go attack, bro. Like, and
Yeah,
even when he was like just like analyzing and staying back, he was popping that jab so nicely, and it's
right.
like, bro, you're
Man,
doing damage, bro. You're winning off of
bro,
like
Mhm.
just being
he
kind
al-
of
he
yeah.
almost took him out with that jab, bro.
Yeah, a jab and a low kick. If I was in his corner, I'd been like a jab and a low kick. This is all you need right now. It's like
Yeah,
jab, low kick, and then mix them between each other, And
yeah,
like he could have won the fight off just that. But
bro. He
I,
cut him. He cut him with the jab.
yeah. So I don't know. I think, man, I really just wish the world can see the version. I hope they don't cut him, and I hope the world can just see a version of Cody that I know is there. Because
I
I
I
think
think
that guy's
I
good.
think Dana might cut him for that one. You know what I mean? Which
Yeah.
sucks because I wanted to see him win that. Because that Dante dude, bro. I don't know, bro. I don't think he's. I didn't like really his stance were looked terrible. He looked like he just started training, bro.
Bro, he looked like he came out all cocky too. Like literally the first two
Yeah,
seconds, I text all my friends. I'm like, this fool. I hope he gets knocked out quick because he like
Mhm.
came down, hands down,
that's
he in
funny.
the
I
air,
said the same
smiling.
thing.
Bro, I think we
Like,
have
bro,
to
the
text
fuck
Hey,
each
these
other,
people
I
are,
said
bro.
bro.
the exact same thing. I called Cash last night, and I was like, bro, this dude walked out like he was all hard, and he looked dumb as fuck in there.
Bro, yeah, that's funny you say that, bro. We literally called.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Because he came out like he looked cocky, got a smile on his face.
yeah,
Like I haven't seen it on his walkout. You're like you're just too loose, bro. You don't look locked in. You think that like being loose is a good thing too, but it's like you don't have to be loose in there. You don't have the experience to be loose in there, and also it's just like you're discrediting a very dangerous opponent. And Cody Brundage, no matter what the situation is that motherfucker is dangerous.
He's got some heavy
E-
hitters.
e- Yeah, even in his head, even when he's in his head and backing up and like it looks like he's scared, every once in a while he'll wing a fucking combo that will almost take someone's head off, and you're like, you got to be
yeah.
locked in against him no matter what because that kid's dangerous still. Like.
And he's got a lot of power, bro. He's built. He's strong.
Yeah. He chucks them things. So it's like, and you could see it too, because even in that jab, he was fucking popping that kid's head back, and then
Yeah,
he hit him with the overhand one time, and I think that's the time me and you were both talking about where you're like, go, he's hurt,
yeah,
like
yeah, yeah,
motherfucker's hurt right now.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. You hurt him bad with that, bro.
Yeah. And that was like the other thing is like that dude's standing there with his head straight in the air, zero head
Back,
movement.
leaning back, bro. Yeah,
Yeah. It's like, dude, you're not really dodging shit right there. So
Yeah.
Cody pretty much
no,
landed at will when he decided to throw.
yeah. Your chin is served on a platter right there. You know
Mhm.
what I mean? His stands were terrible, bro. Like,
Yeah, I agree. That kid seems
yeah,
like he probably gets by just being super powerful.
Mm-hmm.
yeah. He's got like he's strong. He played football. He's never. I think that's what he was. I think he's a football player.
Oh,
So
okay.
I mean, he can wing it. That's about it.
Yeah, straight up. You can see that.
Yeah.
I got a question for you, Brendan. You're one of my biggest inspirations. I eventually do
I
want to do
appreciate it.
UFC and MMA when I eventually grow up, man. But yeah, you're my inspiration, man. I just want to know who was your inspiration when you were around my age of 14, 15?
I would say one of the most important people in my life. Like obviously my parents are fucking like the biggest thing in my heart, but one of the more important things I've ever seen in my life was a guy named Chris Camozzi. And I don't know if you know Chris Camozzi, but he's a UFC fighter out in Colorado, or he's a MMA fighter out in Colorado. He's actually fighting for the BKFC championship in Denver on April, I think 17th.
Mm-hmm.
So it'd be cool. It'd be cool if you guys go down to the BKFC fights. Those are an experience. But he's fighting for the belt. But when I was younger, I used to train like yada yada yada. I remember I just wanted to learn how to fight, you know.
Mhm.
And then I watched Chris Camozzi get signed to the UFC, and as somebody who's never watched anybody's dreams come true necessarily, I was like so mind blown that somebody so close to me and somebody that I seen every day train get signed to the UFC, that it was like the biggest motivation of like, I'm like, oh, he's doing this. Like we have a guy that's doing this, and it's like it's cool because I think a lot of kids in Colorado like Colorado's such a big MMA state that there's not really a gym that you could go into where there isn't a UFC fighter. But there was a time where there were zero UFC fighters around, zero UFC fighters that I knew, and at that time, I didn't see anybody make their dreams come true. And mine was to be a UFC fighter. And it's not like before then, I didn't know anybody that went to NBA or MLB or any of the above, you know? So watching him get signed to the UFC and do good and have these fights, I thought was like the coolest thing. And like, I remember I worked on King Supers. I was a little kid working at King Supers, and he'd go into the grocery store, and I would be so excited. I'd be like, dude, that's a UFC fighter. He'd give me nuts and stuff. And I would like, you know, so just to brush shoulders with somebody like that, of like a high caliber athlete and somebody who made their dreams come true, it's like, you know, sometimes you need to see that for yourself to believe in your dreams a little more. And I think he was like the biggest motivation for me.
Yeah, thank you, Brandon. No, you're my inspiration, man. I want to go to UFC, man. I love your fight style. I love that you've been really like high ranked for most of your career. Like, bro,
Yeah.
you're my inspiration, bro. Just thank you, bro.
I appreciate you, bro. I appreciate you guys. I appreciate you guys coming and helping out my back to school stuff. I appreciate everything you guys do, man. You guys are awesome.
Thank you, brother. I love you, bro.
Man.
Yeah,
Um.
you too.
Oh, gotcha. I was wondering, man. You're big friends with Corey Sandhagen and trading partners. I like that new gym they made, the Tiger Beetle. So shout outs to that.
Hmm.
What do you think about that White House fight between Sean O'Malley and Aliens Hobby? I believe is how you say his name.
Yeah, yeah, bro. I thought it was such an airball, dog. And like I think everybody knew it. Like I think I seen the constant retweets. I texted him right afterwards, and he's like, "What the fuck?"
Yeah.
It's like,
Yeah.
damn. Bro, I feel bad for him because it's like that's the fight to make, and it's like if Corey wins or loses, no matter what, it's like that's the best fight that every UFC fan wants to see. And
That's
as a
the
fan
fight, bro.
myself,
Yeah.
as somebody who's not even just Corey's friend or someone that like likes Corey a lot, as a fan, I want to see that. It's like, dude, how do we
Oh,
not
I'm a
make
huge
that fight?
Corey Sanders fan.
Yeah, he's
I'm a
so
huge.
good, and
Yeah,
it's like,
fuck yeah.
and he's trying to make this fight happen, and it's like, what are we doing right now? And then Ayman Zahabi is like, I don't want to bash any fighter, but I just think Ayman Zahabi has been gifted his last two fights, and
Mhm.
I think that I think that anybody in the top five will kill him. So it's
Oh,
like I think it
yeah.
was an easy fight for O'Malley to go whoop someone's ass,
Yeah,
and yeah, I thought that was just an airball, bro. It's like these two guys are in the prime of their career. Like, let's make this fight happen finally, you know?
yeah.
Like,
Because I think Corey Sandhagen gave him a hard time, bro. Like he did so
Yes.
good in that fight, bro. Like, and I wanted to see him win so bad, bro.
Uh,
bro,
yeah,
people are
yeah.
trying to title.
I thought he was one of the hardest fights besides Peter Yan, you know?
Yep, yep.
So I don't know.
Yeah,
I thought the UFC
Corey's
dropped
a
the ball.
beast, bro. Corey's a beast. Corey can take some licks and then still fight back hard as fuck, bro. That's the thing with
Yeah,
Corey, you know?
yeah, yeah. And he's just like a striking delight. So is Sean O'Malley too, and like he's good on the ground. His wrestling's good. He's just such a well-rounded fighter that it'd been
Yeah.
really cool to just watch it, you know?
Yeah, yeah. I love Corey Sandhagen. Like you said, he's an all around. He's got skill in every direction.
Hmm.
100%, yeah. Man, I
Yeah,
don't
they
know.
dropped the ball.
It would have been a way more like people want to see that fight for a long time now between O'Malley and Sandhagen. And honestly, I probably favorite Corey in that matchup too, just because his ground game is so elite. His wrestling's really
Yeah.
good, and his kickboxing's really underrated.
Yeah, yeah, I agree. I agree. Yeah, so what do you guys think about the White House card?
I mean,
Do you guys like the matchups and all that?
Man, to say about it, man, my favorite fighter is Ilia Topuria, you, and some other
Yeah.
names up there. But I mean, I love Gaethje, I love Ilia, man. But I want Gaethje, bro. He's got to bring the title
Yeah,
to Denver,
Yeah.
man. I love it,
yeah.
man.
It's
I
a
I feel
it's a hard fight.
I feel like if Gaethje fought the way he fought Patty, I think he has a chance, bro, and I want to see Gagey fucking win, bro. I
Me
mean,
too.
I know, but that's really close, to like he's
Yeah,
fighting close to like these that last fight. I mean, he still looked like he had a little scuff on his face too, from that Patty fight. I'm not sure if he's 100% healed, but
yeah,
and that's really close back to back fighting like that. So I feel like that gives Ilya a little bit of an advantage, especially with all the equipment and all the stuff that Ilya Dvoria has. You know what I mean at home.
yeah.
But I want Gagey to win, man. He's like,
Too.
I'm such a huge Gagey fan. I've met him. He was actually at my amateur fight when I had my first amateur fight. Gagey was there.
Oh,
So
sick.
yeah, yeah. So I'm a huge Gagey fan. I want to see him win.
Me too,
Yeah,
man.
I was like super excited for the announcement. And I was like,
I
it was a
know.
good, it's a good 6 fights. I knew the Gaethje fight was gonna be on it, but I was like, I wish it was like a bigger card, you know?
Honestly,
Yep.
man, yeah, man. Also, I feel like though, like most of the fighters that I don't think we're really interested in fighting the White House card because it's not fighting like in Vegas in front of all the fans. You want to fight like,
Yeah,
and you don't have
yeah,
to
yeah,
fight
bro.
for
Like
politicians, man.
for me, bro, I ain't trying to fight on Trump's birthday. Fuck that fool. Like I don't like any I don't like any of the politicians since I've pretty much been alive. That being said, is I think this guy's been exceptionally terrible, and fighting on his birthday just seems like some fucking shit that I don't want to be a part of. It's like isn't it on a Sunday or some shit?
Yeah, it's on Sunday too.
Yeah.
It's on
Yeah,
a Sunday to go honor his birthday. It's like, oh fuck that guy. Like I'm not trying to go honor nobody's birthday. If I got on that mic and I won, like I would talk some shit. So yeah, yeah, no,
well,
bro. I
bro.
remember like because I originally didn't want to be on that card, and afterwards I was like, let me call some pedophiles out real quick. I want to be on this fucking
Yeah.
card.
Yeah, for real.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. So I don't know, bro. I gotta chill my ass out sometimes, but that was one of the things where I'm like, I love America more than anything. I represent my country, and I've been one of the top ranked American flyweights for honestly like 6 years now. So it's like I've been the highest
Mhm.
ranked American flyweight for about 6 years consecutively now, and I hold that with pride. That being said, is I don't think our politicians really represent the
Hell
greatness about
no.
America. It's like it's you guys, it's
Correct.
us, it's like all of us that make America great. These guys are holding us back, and I genuinely believe that. So I genuinely believe like fighting in front of politicians and not fans is not the American way, in my opinion.
I
Yeah.
agree with you 100%. It's just 100% corruption government.
Yeah, yeah, bro. They're robbing us blind, and it's like the
Yeah.
most insane shit ever. So I don't know. I could talk about this shit all day.
Yeah.
That being said, is like at the end of the day, it's like I love fans. I love being able to entertain fans. I like people that love this sport. I would, I'll go out there and wing and go have a stupid ass fight like Joshua Van every time if I knew a couple people from Colorado or wherever came down to just watch me fight. That means the world to me. They spend their hard earned money on UFC tickets, which are through the roof, and it's like it means the world to me. So fighting in front of a bunch of pedophiles and guys that are stealing our tax money and all the above has zero interest in what I want to do for the sport and
Yeah.
like meaningfulness to me.
Right,
I
right, right.
agree.
Hey, I just want to say thank you to both, man. This is our highest viewership for like ever since we made our podcast. We've hit a viewership of 2,111 people are watching live right now on Twitch. Man, this
Oh, really? You guys
yeah.
got that much fucking people on? I don't even know what Twitch is. That's crazy.
That's like so I like sometimes do like the UFC game. I go live, I go play it on there. Like I'll go beat the shit out of some people who want to go play me. Using
Hell
you
yeah.
too, bro. I posted sometimes on a story. If I get like a
Heck yeah.
crazy highlight KO using you in UFC 5. I'm one
I
person like
appreciate
me and this fool, bro. We go back and back, bro. Like he likes using Ben.
you.
We switch using you, bro. It's
Yeah,
Yeah.
I know. We always argue with it. I'm like, no, I'm using them.
yeah. I mean,
I
yeah,
appreciate y'all. I appreciate y'all always.
yeah, man. This is crazy. We got 2,111 viewers, man. So just thank you to both you guys. There's so
Heck
many
yeah.
questions, but we're not gonna go down any of them. It's a lot. And yeah, so I actually got a question for you, Brandon. Do you? So I know the Demetrius Johnson has talked a lot about this too in the UFC 5 game. But do you guys make money for when people like use you in the game? Is that how that works?
Yeah, I get a check from like my royalties in the game. I don't know. I've only played the game one time and I got my ass whooped as me and I was like, fuck this. But as far as like the game goes, like I get a check. I don't know what's the reasoning or why, but I do get a check from it.
Cool. And then how did they like put you in the game? Do they like call you to like Vegas and like get your face scanned or?
Nah, so what's gonna happen is anytime you fight, they'll do like a bunch of pictures of you, and they did it for me probably like years ago, and right before I got the title shot, they like posted like it was all surprise, like I didn't even know. And I got a picture of me, and then a video of like the picture of me in front of the UFC cover or whatever, like the animated version of it, and they're like new edition Brandon Royval, and I was like super stoked. But it was like a surprise. I didn't know it was coming, and then they announced the title shot like the next week, so I figured that's probably why they added me in there.
Right, 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 man. That's dope, man. I love that. You're one of my favorite fighters using that game. You're very good. Your knees, your jab is really good. You got a lot of
I,
power.
hell yeah, cool.
Do
Yeah,
you know how
when
much
when
time we
when
got
I'll
with
be
you?
using you in that game, I'll be kicking the shit out of people.
Yeah, yeah. Somebody tell me like I'm like a cheat code because I'm super tall in the division, and that you could just
Yeah.
over and over. They're like, oh,
Bro,
it's
the
super
body
easy to
cheats,
use.
bro. Yeah.
That's hilarious. Yeah, I don't know. Like I said, I only played once and got my ass whooped as myself, and I was like, this isn't good for my confidence.
Yeah.
I'm about to bring my own stats down and shit. I was like, I don't need that.
No, man, you're freaking. I love that fight style, man. Just going out there, man. You're just the BMF, bro.
I appreciate you, bro. I do.
Yeah, I feel the same way, bro.
See, what's
Too popular, huh?
a little bit. You know, just a couple of my buddies calling me. I know, man. Just thank you for coming on, man. Do you know how much time we got? Much longer with you? Because I have a few more questions
Uh,
right now.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Go ahead and ask a few more questions. My phone's running a little bit low, but other than that, we're good.
Okay. What was I gonna ask? Oh, that's right. So I know the title right now is Van. Do you think he really won that title against Pantoja? Do you count that as like a real win? You know, with
I
the
mean,
how he kind
yeah,
of
you have to, right?
Pantoja.
Like you have to. It's like if Pantoja didn't do that to himself, so it's like. But as I would say, it's like disappointing, and I would rather see that fight play out the way it was. But at the end of the day, it's like Pantoja didn't do that to himself necessarily, so it's like Van had to be there to let that happen. And that fight looked like it was going to be sick. The way that they started off was like a bat out of hell, and I would have been curious to see how that fight went. So, um, yeah, so we'll see.
Yeah, and then
You
I
think they're
got
gonna rematch them?
What?
You think they're gonna rematch that fight?
Oh yeah. Well, I mean, I think that what's going to happen is whoever wins the title fight. So this is like the problem with my division right now is it's backed up for like the next year. It's whoever wins the title fight. Fights Pantoja next, and then whoever fights Pantoja next, then the winner between Kyoji Horiguchi and then Manel Cape fight for the belt. So then it's like the title fight's at least backed up for 11 months, I would say. So
wow.
Oh,
And then I got another question. You've had so many hard fights in your career. You know, you've had many wars. Brandon Moreno, Joshua Van, and some other names. But who would you say that like you liked the most and went to a war with, and like showed them the most respect? Like who gave you the most respect, and like who's your hardest fight that you like enjoyed fighting them, and you know, win or loss, like
yeah,
you know what I mean?
I would say I liked Pantoja. I liked Pantoja the most. Like Pantoja is just like a really good guy. You see him, he's like a good father, and like I remember after I lost the title fight, I was so heartbroken for myself. But like watching him get like a paycheck that he finally deserved, because that was his first title defense. It was the first time he probably made over $1 million. Getting a paycheck he finally deserved, seeing him with his family and his sons and all the above. I remember just being like, I was sad for myself, but I was really happy for him at the same time of just being like, that's a good guy who works really hard. He didn't have an easy road in the UFC. The UFC didn't give him like a easy title shot or easy title shot path. And, I feel like me and him align a lot in that sense. And he still made it happen. And yeah, I think that was one of the few people that I'm like, not a few people. I think I've always got along with my opponents, but that I was like, I was really happy to see him win too. Of in that sense of like, I want to see that guy do good. He's a good person. I like his story. I like who he is. I feel like I could relate to him and his path and all the above. And yeah, I would say he's my favorite opponent.
Oh yeah. And then I was wondering too, who are your like top three like favorite fighters that you actually met in person that are like generally just really nice people? And that goes
Mm,
for actually both of you guys, and I'll do
yeah,
myself at
yeah.
the end.
Mine's his favorite. My favorite fighter that I met in person is Gilbert Melendez. He was so
Well,
cool. He was like he was one of my favorite fighters of all times. And I met him in person, and then he was just the coolest dude to us. And then I've been able to like maintain that relationship for the last few years, and I just think Gilbert Melendez is the coolest dude ever. But I don't know. I can't think of anyone else specifically.
Right, right.
Alex Hernandez. I remember meeting like before I knew who
My
Alex
favorite,
Hernandez
bro.
was. Yeah, I remember thinking I'm like, this kid could probably be a douchebag, yada yada yada. And now he's my best friend, so he's the coolest, bro. He's so funny, and he's a wild card. He's a wild character, but he's as cool as they come.
I know. I love your whole fight camp, man. All fighters around you. Like one of my favorite fighters right now, Louis Grillet.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
Grillet is how you say it, I believe, right?
yeah,
I know
Grillet.
Buffer always and Rogan, all them. They say it sometimes kind of wrong.
Yeah, yeah,
'Cause it's funny that his last name's Grillet. My grandma has the same exact last name as Louis Grillet.
yeah. They
And
could be related, bro. He's from Denver.
yeah, I know. It'd be crazy, but yeah, it's one of my favorite fighters, Alex Hernandez, bro. He's a dog, bro. I love
Yeah,
that. He got knockout
he's on a
power.
really good win streak. A really good win streak right now.
I know. So I'm actually curious. So they said it was his hand. Something happened when he was scheduled to fight Michael Johnson.
Yeah,
Do you
I
know
mean,
all
no,
the way down with
the
that?
UFC pulled it for no reason at all. You could see yesterday. I don't know if you could see the odds flip on Michael Johnson and Drew Dober all weird,
Mm-hmm.
but that was a bigger line change than Alex and Michael Johnson. I think the UFC is in a weird position. We're in these like weird betting scandals, and unfortunately Alex just got caught in the middle of it and they pulled his fight because of that. So yeah, hopefully given that this has happened multiple times now that it shows that he's innocent and all the above, but yeah, yesterday was one of those weird line flips with Michael Johnson also. And yeah, the curiosity just kind of like I don't know what could have happened or didn't happen or any of the above.
Right, man. Go back to that fight yesterday, Judo over Michael and Johnson. Psh, man, what a knockout! That's all I gotta say.
Yeah, that was crazy,
Judober is
yeah.
not beating the allegations.
I know, never, bro. He's never beaten those allegations. I was like, damn. Yeah.
Hey,
I thought Michael Johnson was good.
Drew Dober, he is a ball of muscle though, bro. That dude is fucking
Yeah.
looks like a true beast, bro.
Yeah, and it's crazy to me that people were like sitting there still like claiming that Michael Johnson like pulled that fight. It's like, no, he didn't. That was like a fucking perfect punch, dog. Like I remember like us getting ready for Michael Johnson of just seeing like what he leaves himself open to, and a lot of it is like a overhand right, like a overhand right
That
or a overhand right or his
right.
overhand left, maybe. Yeah, like just overhands. He has like zero, like he doesn't have like a good eyesight of him, and I remember that was kind of a big part of our game plan too. And then just watching that land perfectly was wild.
Yeah, man. The hell yeah, man. That's well, I'm happy for Anthony Hernandez. He's on a really big win streak as of right now, and I think he's gonna do great things in the lightweight division.
Yeah, for sure.
And then I just want, how was that fight camp with? I don't know if you were with Gaethje for the Patty fight camp, but if you
Nah, I
were,
just see it from an outside perspective, and like I'd watch him spar and stuff, and I mean it's cool. It's cool watching him get ready. It's cool watching how he prepares and how nonchalant he is, and like how cool and calm he is. You'd expect guys the way that he fights to be like a psychopath, and he's really not, man. He's just cool, calm, all the above, and just like he really enjoys this whole fight game, and it's something that you could take away at all times.
well, yeah, man. Gaethje's one of our favorite fighters. I believe you actually saw him yesterday. Be ready.
Wait, you talking to me?
No, be ready. My dad.
Oh, me, my bad. Sorry.
My
Yeah,
bad.
that I saw. I ran him on the highway last week. So I
That's so
see him
sick.
driving in his Raptor. I was like, damn, that's a sick ass truck. I pulled up right next to it, and the window was rolled down. I was like, oh, this Justin Gagey. I was like, what's up, bro?
That's so cool.
Yeah.
Oh
Hell
yeah.
yeah.
Another big fight on there. Oh yeah, Raul Rosas Jr. gets the decision win over Rob Font. And I wouldn't say the most entertaining fight, man. But what do you guys think about that?
I like Raul Rosas Jr. a lot. Actually, I like Ralph Vaughn a lot too. But yeah, I like him. I think he's a cool kid. So I like watching him succeed. He's young, he's cool, he has his own little style. He's very marketable, and it's really cool to watch him win.
Yeah.
I 100% agree. He some people were saying, oh, he could have finished him. He should have tried this and that. He secured a win. That's what he needed to
Yeah,
do. That's what he needs his for career. He doesn't need to put himself out there and expose himself, get hurt or lose the fight. He won the fight. That's what he did. He went in there and he won the fight his way, and I think that's great. I like him too. And that's what he should do at this where he's at in his career, right?
yeah, straight up. He's 21 years old, man. I mean, how much better are you going to get than that? A 21-year-old kid in the top 10 of one of the hardest divisions, or top 15 in one of the hardest divisions. It's like It's pretty cool. It was cool no matter what. And honestly, I thought his hands looked a lot better than they've ever looked too. It's like he looks slick
Hmm.
on the beat. Like all things considered, you can tell he's been working really hard at it. He's been working hard on his boxing. His movement looked really good. And I like obviously you're not gonna go box it out with Raw Font. So what else would the world expect?
Ralph has some really
Exactly.
good striking too.
Yeah, he's a great boxer.
Yeah, but if you but when they were striking though, for the time that they were striking, I think Raul outstriked them.
He's
Oh,
getting
dude, that's what
best
I
of him.
thought too. I think it looks slick, but it's like, yeah, yeah. I thought all the same too. I'm like, damn, is Raul Rosa's boxing looks slick right now, and his movement
Yeah,
looked good, and all the above. So I agree with you guys.
Yeah.
cool.
And then I just got a question about the elevation, man. You know, you train here in Denver, Colorado, so I know your cardio is gonna be at the highest level. Does that actually like benefit you when you go fight in like Vegas or Los Angeles?
I believe so, but I guess I just don't know anything different. I've never known anything different. I'm like known as a cardio athlete in Colorado, so like when I go compete with like guys in Colorado, they're always like, "Oh, your cardio is so good," yada yada yada. So I guess like to me, it's always just been an advantage. And then changing sea levels or whatever, it's just like I've already had that in my back pocket, so I just didn't never notice a difference.
Right, right, right. And then do we got some
I mean,
any?
it makes a huge difference is for people when people come here from sea level, and they come train
Yeah.
over here, they're winded 10 times quicker than people from here.
Yeah, yeah, you could see it, and it's like when people come down and train, you're like, you could tell that they're gassed. I'm like, oh,
Hmm.
okay. And I was like, I always take it easy on like somebody on their like first week out here.
Hmm.
I'll start off strong, and then I'm like, I could see them like kind of break down a little bit. I'm like, oh yeah, we could just drill a little bit now because you can
Oxygen.
see them feel it. Yeah, you can see them feel it real quick.
Yeah.
And then Brendan, so you know you've had a lot of opponents in your career. You're mostly cool with most of them. But who was one of your opponents that you say you like did that you really didn't like? If there was
I don't
anybody.
know, man. I guess it's never like anything that serious to me, to be real. Like it's never been that bad, or like somebody. I think like after fights, some people act douchey. Like I thought Joshua Van was kind of a douchebag afterwards. Not like personal, but like afterwards, like he's seeing what he said on camera and stuff like that. I'm just like, I don't really have the wherewithal for that. But that being said, is like he's the winner, so I need to just shut the fuck up and earn my spot back. So there's certain things where it's like I guess I think it's cringy and I think it's weird, but like who am I to say? I don't know what's going on in his head or what he thinks and what his path to like being his success is, anyways. So there's a handful of things that I hear people say and I'm like, whatever. Like it is what it is. I don't let it fucking keep me up at night.
Right, 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 right. Do you have any questions to be ready?
No, I'm good.
I
Heck
got.
yeah.
How's the phone battery looking?
We're at 3%.
3%. All right, I think we should close out this episode, but I got one request to ask you, man. You know, I'm big fans of Louis Goulet. With you being the first fighter on Fight Bloodline, man. That's why I say thank you for coming on, brother.
Thanks for
And
having me.
I was wondering maybe we could hook it up with Louis Goulet, man, because he's one of my favorite fighters. Maybe he could get him on, or maybe Alex. I know it's
Yeah,
not
yeah, yeah. I'll hit him up and ask him about it for sure.
okay. Yeah, and then
Yeah,
for
that'd be
I
cool.
actually DM'd you on Instagram from my Fight Bloodline Instagram account. I'm gonna
Okay.
clip some of this stuff from here and post it on there. I was wondering if we could do I can invite you to a collaboration.
Yeah, yeah. If it's cool enough, then yeah, for
All right,
sure.
cool. Well, I DM'd you on Fight Bloodline. But thank you for coming on,
Okay,
man.
cool.
This has been
Thanks for
another
having me, bro.
episode, man. And I just want to say thank you real quick. I still got my poster
Hell yeah.
from the little event
Yeah, mine's
thing.
hanging in my living room.
Heck yeah. Well, I appreciate you guys. Thank you guys for all
Hell
you
yeah.
guys do, and have a good weekend and all the
Yeah.
above.
You too,
I
Brandon.
love
Much
you too,
love.
brother. Take
Thank you,
care.
All
man.
right, yeah.
Man, clap it up, baby. Clap it up.
Hell yeah, bro. All right, hey, I gotta go take these kids to breakfast. Everybody's hungry as fuck. We woke up, we haven't had nothing to eat. I gotta, I made everybody wait. So I'll call you when I'm after breakfast, okay? And we'll chat. Hey, this was a
3,000
killer
viewers.
episode, bro.
Holy crap, bro.
Hell yeah, bro.
Clap it up.
Hell yeah, bro.
Clap
That's
it up.
badass. All right, brother. I gotta fucking get ready, but yeah, I'm fucking sweating, bro.
All right, brother. All right, I'll catch you later, bro.
You're sweating too?
Yes, bro. I was shaking, bro. I need you to ask some questions,
Yeah,
bro. But nah,
I know.
man, I
That was
love
good
Brandon
though.
Royval, man. That's my goat, bro. I'm so happy he came on, bro.
Hell yeah.
And
All right, brother.
bro, I'll catch you later, though. I'm gonna
All
say a
right, bro.
couple
Catch you
things,
later.
man. Yeah, love you,
Okay,
bro.
love you. Bye.
Bye bye. Well, this is me. Man, I just want to say thank y'all on Twitch, man. 3,000 goddamn viewers, man. Thank you guys. Much love, bro. Like, I for real, like, I love that, you guys. Thank you. This has been another episode of Fight Bloodline, man. First ever fighter on Fight Bloodline, man. Brandon, Raw Dog, Royval, baby. Brandon, the GOAT, Royval, man. Much love to you, my bro. Much love to my co-host, BEREADY303. This has been another episode of Fight Bloodline. I'm your host, Cash Money, Mr. Paper Taker and the Chin Taker. And we out.